Why does my wife say everything is fine but still avoids intimacy with me? Because fine does not mean desire, it means no energy left to deal with this. She is not rejecting the relationship, she is rejecting the dynamic between you. And until that changes, her body won't open up. When a woman says everything is fine in this situation, it's rarely a signal that everything is actually good. It's a signal that she does not see a point in going deeper, because from her perspective, talking won't change how she feels. And this is where many men get stuck. They hear fine and try to fix something logically. More conversations, more explanation, more trying to understand. But desire does not respond to logic, it responds to experience. If the emotional experience of the relationship feels flat, predictable, or slightly heavy, her body natural closes, not as a decision, as a reaction. And the key mistake here is this: you try to solve a feeling problem with words and effort. But what actually needs to change is how she experiences you, your presence, your energy, your direction. Because intimacy is not negotiated, it's allowed when the emotional space feels right again. Why do I feel rejected in my marriage even when we are not fighting at all? Because rejection is not about conflict, it's about absence. No tension, no emotion, no polarity. You did not create peace, you create neutrality. And attraction does not live there. A lot of men believe that if there are no fights, things are good. But in reality, no conflict does not automatically mean connection. Sometimes it means that both of you stop engaging on a deeper level. There is no friction, but there is also no spark. And this neutral state feels safe on the surface, but empty underneath. Because attraction is not built on comfort alone. It needs contrast. It needs emotional movement. Not drama, but aliveness. And when everything becomes too smooth, too predictable, too controlled, you remove the very elements that creates desire. That's why you feel rejected. Not because she is actively pushing you away, but because there is nothing pulling her in. And the shift here is important. Stop trying to keep things calm at all cost. Start bringing back presence, direction, a bit of edge. Because attraction grows where there is something to feel. Is she losing attraction to me, or is this just a normal phase? Attraction does not disappear randomly, it responds. If you became too predictable, too available, too safe, she stopped feeling you as a man and started experiencing you as background. A lot of men hope that this is just a phase, that time will pass, things will normalize, and attraction will come back on its own. But attraction does not work like that. It's not something static, it's something responsive. It constantly reacts to how you show up over time. And here's where the shift often happens: not in one big moment, but gradually. You become more available, more predictable, more focused on keeping things comfortable. Less risk, less edge, less direction. And from your side, it feels like I'm being a good partner. But from your experience, there is less to respond to, less tension, less curiosity, less pull. And attraction needs that subtle uncertainty, not instability, but a sense that you are not fully figured out, that you have your own direction, your own center. When that disappears, you don't become worse, you become familiar. And too much familiarity kills desire. So, no, it's not random, it's a response to how the dynamic evolved. Why does she pull away every time I try to talk, fix things, or get closer? Because your effort feels like pressure. You are trying to fix disconnection from the same energies that created it, neediness and over focus on her. That does not bring her closer, it makes her step back. This is one of the most frustrating dynamics because logically your behavior makes sense. You feel distance, so you try to close it. You talk more, you explain more, you try to understand what's wrong. From your perspective, this is care. But from her side, it often feels completely different. Not because talking is bad, but because of the energy behind it. When your focus is too much on her, when your emotional state depends on her response, she feels that. And instead of relaxing, she starts pulling away. Because now she is not just in the relationship, she feels responsible for your state. And that kills attraction very quickly. Another important layer: you are trying to fix the outcome without changing the source. The same energy, neediness, over pursuit, over focus is still there. So even if the words are right, the feeling underneath does not change. And that's why nothing shifts. Sometimes stepping closer physically or verbally is actually moving further away energetically. And until that changes, your response won't change either. What should I do right now if I feel rejected but don't want to push her away? Stop trying to get her back. Pull your focus back to yourself. Rebuild your direction, your energy, your presence. Because attraction does not return when you chase it, it returns when you become someone worth moving toward. This is the hardest shift for most men because everything inside you wants to move toward her, fix it, restore it, bring things back to how they were. But the more you act from that place, the worse it gets. Because chasing is not attractive, not because it's wrong, but because of what it signals. It signals that your center is no longer in you. It's in her reaction, her mood, her response. And the moment that happens, the dynamic flips. She feels it. And instead of moving toward you, she begins to distance herself. So the real move here is counterintuitive. Not toward her, back to yourself. Your structure, your routine, your direction in life. Not a strategy to get her back, but as a way to return to your own ground. Because when your energy stabilizes, when your focus is no longer dependent on her, the pressure disappears. And that's the moment where space opens again. Not guaranteed, but possible. Because now there is something to respond to again. Attraction does not disappear suddenly, it fades when the dynamic shifts. Less tension, less presence, more chasing, more neutrality. And most men try to fix it by doing more of the same. More talking, more effort, more focus on her. But that's not what brings it back. If you recognize this pattern in your relationship and want to understand exactly what's happening in your case or what to do next without guessing, check the link in the description.